A very good morning to you all watching on Chukka TV. Great to have you with us on this slightly blustery Sunday morning here. At the moment, not a cloud. Well, there is maybe one or two scattered little clouds in the sky, but overall, it is a blue sky. But the Polo manager, Cale Newman, and myself, we were looking at the weather forecast, and it's looking like it's going to be coming down pretty heavy a little bit later on. We hope we might just get lucky and avoid the rain here this afternoon and this morning. We have on our schedule 3 games lined up for you. It is game number 9 on day 7 of the WPL Triple Crown of Polo 2021, and Richard Mille will be out on the field already warming up themselves and their ponies in the traditional dark jerseys. Santa Rita in the white shirts. And as I say, we are just a few moments away from starting that first game. Now, I'm delighted to have Cale Newman with me this morning. He is going to be assisting me and bringing you the play-by-play action throughout the morning. Good morning, Cale. How are you?
I'm very well, Jan. How are you? Thank you for having me with you. As you mentioned, we do have the threat of some rain on the radar this afternoon. If you want to go to gcpolo.com, you can check out the schedule, which is always kept live updated. Any and all changes that we have to the schedule will be automatically reflected on that schedule. You can go to gcpolo.com. Under the drop-down menu, find schedule, and you will be kept up to date. In addition to that, on the GC Polo website, if you go to the homepage there, you should have a pop-up come up for the GCPC text hotline. That text hotline is a new thing that we've introduced this year, and it is a way to keep up to date with any and all changes, especially when it comes to weather delays and changes in that sort. So if you want to keep up to date with all of the information regarding the Grand Champions Polo Club, those are 2 very good ways to keep up to date.
Well, that's good to know. Thank you very much, Dale. So, yeah, as he said, make sure you check that out. Well, we might get lucky because at the moment, like I said, there is no sign of any bad weather coming, but the radar will definitely say otherwise. So let's go back to the 2 teams here competing. We have a very interesting lineup here this morning. Richard Mille, as I said, with Mark Ganzi, Hector Castagnola, Pablo McDonough, and Paco De Nova. Now, Richard Mille, of course, having won a game and lost a game, will be looking for a theoretical chance to make it through to the semi-final stages, which at the moment are scheduled for Wednesday, but as Cale was saying, that might change. Santa Rita coming into this game now in the 3rd round with unfortunately 2 losses to their name. Robert Strom, the 5-goaler at number 1. Nacho Figueres, of course, at number 2, playing of 6 goals. Clemente Zavaleta, the number 3, playing, the 7-goaler playing at number 3. And Horacio Gerente playing at back of 6 goals. There were 2 mounted umpires this morning are Gaston Dorignac and Mark Holmes. In the studio are our instant replay official, Federico Martelli. And we also have Chief Umpire of Grand Champions Polo Club, Mr. Steve Lane, with us. So, Cale, this promises to be a very exciting match. Of course, a lot of pressure here for Santa Rita, looking for their first win.
That's correct. So, as you mentioned, Santa Rita coming in here with an 0-2 record. Richard Mille 1-1. So this is a very important game for both of these teams. We do have some potential shootouts that can happen following today's matches, and we also have another match tomorrow. Those are the last 4 games in bracket play before the semifinals. So lots of things could happen. We need to get these 4 games done, and then we will update everyone regarding the semifinals, which are currently set for Wednesday.
And the final, of course, Cale, subject to the weather again, not being a nuisance, are scheduled for Saturday. So you might want to make a note. Saturday, the 17th of April, finals of the WPL, the 4th in the series of this 2021 season, before we head down to Miami.
That's correct. I'm looking forward to some beach time down there in Miami. Following a very busy season, I looked at the schedule today, and I believe this is game number 130.
Wow.
Ford Grand Champions Polo Club. I will confirm that a little later on, but it's definitely over 100 that we've had. Not quite all of them have been on Chukka TV. We did have quite a busy March with some overlap, and obviously we can't be in multiple places at once, but the Chukka TV crew have done a really great job bringing all of the action to you at home, and looking forward to the last couple games of our season.
Well, speaking of which, you were mentioning Chukka TV, of course, a big team here, also always on the field. This morning we got the lovely Steph on the centre cam. The two goal judges are Chase and Monty, and Drea is our drone pilot. She'll be bringing those images from the eye in the sky. And, of course, our official timekeeper and scorekeeper, Tracy Nordstrom, in the house as well. So I think, Kev, we're more or less ready. The players are just still showing all the niceties. And we will have that first ball be thrown in momentarily. Let's have a look at the scoreboard. Well, we've got a Richard Mille, of course, coming in on 26 goals. Santa Rita coming in on 24. So we should, on the scoreboard, see an advantage of 2 goals in favour of Santa Rita before we line the players up and get that first chukker underway. Remember, 6 chukkers will be played. Strap yourselves in. This is going to be another a classic and a cracking game here. Richard Mille, of course, a team that have made it to 3 finals, winning 2 of those. They won the All-Star Challenge and they won the Founders Cup. Got to the finals of the WPL Palm Beach Open, where they had to concede against Casablanca. So Casablanca winning that 3rd tournament. And I'm pretty sure Richard Mille will be looking for their 3rd victory. But they still have quite a bit of work to do. And there are, Kale, some pretty strong contenders in this tournament this year.
That is correct. We've got 8 fantastic teams entered in this tournament. And we will be down to 4 following today and tomorrow's matches. And then down to the final 2 for the weekend for the finals of the Triple Crown of Polo, our 4th and final WPL tournament here on the 21 season.
And as we were saying, as of the 22nd, finals are on the 25th. So from the 22nd through to the 25th of April, we'll be down. And that is, if you will, the sort of highlight of the WPL 2021 season, the WPL Miami Beach Polo World Cup. Remember, you can go to miamipolocup.com to get all the information on that. Now, we did have Tito Gaudenzi down here earlier in the week, and he was telling us that they've been working very hard getting everything ready. And I believe they are sold out, so you might just get lucky if there's a cancellation. Go to the website, miamipolocup.com, and you might just be able to get a ticket or 2. Here we go then. First ball is thrown into play.
And out of the bowl in here, we got Zarente picking up the ball, the number 4 here, but that one's going to be backed out of danger by Richard Mille. First one on it, though, is going to be... Clemente Zavaleta gets called off the ball. Now Gerente back in on the action. Horacio Zarente keeping control here, trying to keep control, but coming up with the ball is going to be Rita Castagnola for Richard Mille. Rita gets the ball turned back, facing the right direction now, looking around, checking his surroundings. Not being marked up just yet. He unleashes a pass, trying to get it across field for one of his teammates. Not who he was looking for there. That was Gerente to get a hold of that one. Now Paco De Nova coming in with a back shot, setting up his number 3, Pablo McDonough. Pablo McDonough slows things down, being watched closely here by Clemente Zavaleta. Working his way through, trying to set up one of his teammates, but it's intercepted once again here by the team in white. Now Clemente Zavaleta picks it up once again, sends it downfield over center field. First one on the line, though, is going to be Pablo McDonough. McDonough throwing me off with his new blue helmet here. Pablo with a short pass up here, looking for his number 4. 6-goaler Paco De Nova sends a short pass back to McDonough. McDonough keeping control, looking downfield, sends it up the field, comes off of a player, and now it's going to be Zavaleta once again to steal this one back for Santa Rita. Drops it back behind here for Zarente now. Zarente back to Zavaleta. Zavaleta and Zarente playing some nice teamwork plays here. Gerente now unleashes a shot downfield, trying to get it up the field, looking for one of his teammates here. Trying to get control. Coming in, though, is going to be Pablo McDonough, and the whistle sounds, stopping the action here with just under 5.5 minutes.
So first whistle of the play. You can see that the players still a little bit sort of sizing each other out. They're just getting a feel for the opposition. The first right-away infringement on that play, of course, right under the watchful eye of our 2 mandated officials. So far, very, very gentle everything. Just as I say, people, the 2 teams just trying to get a feel for each other. But I'm pretty sure that will change momentarily. So that based on that right-of-way infringement, an open goal penalty from the penalty 2 spot, 30 yards the distance in favor of Santa Rita.
Nacho Figueres here, getting the ball teed up the way he likes it on the 30-yard stripe. Nacho happy with the ball placement there. Now he's going to start his... Sorry, that is Robert Strom, rather. Strom with the number 1 on his back. Nacho with the 2. Sorry about the confusion there. But Robert Strom here with the approach. Strom winds up, sends it just a little bit wide to the right-hand side. Bad luck there. Still scoreless here in Chucker number 1 as Richard Mille gets a knock-in opportunity from the north end.
A little bit unlucky there, Robert Strom. He had an open goal. Maybe should have taken a little bit more time. A very important goal that would have, I'm sure, done very good for the team. But Richard Mille, of course, have possession once more.
Ball brought back into play. Ooh, bad luck there, and not something you see every day. The 10-goaler miscues on that. Now, a couple players come together. The whistle sounds once again. Clock is stopped. And let's see what the umpires decide to do with this one.
Well, another right-of-way violation there this time. Even though he missed that shot first, he tried to turn around, but already on that line was the Frenchman, Robert Strom, and the culprit on this occasion. So a hit from the spot in favor of Richard Mille. Paco De Nova.
De Nova taps this one back into play. He sends his players forward. De Nova now unleashes a big pass downfield, looking to get a hold of one of his teammates here. First one on the ball, though, is going to be Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta sends this one back, looking for a teammate here. Couple players coming up with the ball, and there was a whistle on the play. Clock stopped now, 4 minutes, 32 seconds. As we have another penalty, number 5.
Well, I think the Frenchman's getting off to a little bit of a shaky start here this morning, giving away the second penalty, 5A, a hit from the spot. Now, Paco De Nova, as we just saw, able to hit that ball deep and down the field. So let's see what he's got up his sleeve on this attempt with a shot to goal.
Paco De Nova winds up, sends it along the ground, trying to get it through some pony legs and find a teammate here, unable to do so. It's going to be picked up by Santa Rita and sent downfield. Coming up with the ball, this is Nacho Figueres. Figueres brings it over to the sideboards here. Gets called off there by Gerente. Horacio Zarente sends it across field, trying to set up one of his teammates here. Coming up with the ball, Clemente Zavaleta. Nice little tricky play there. Gets it on in, puts a point on the board. 3-0 now the score. Keep in mind, they did start this match with 2 goals on handicap.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. Nice the way Nacho Figueres teed that ball up, leaving it behind for Horacio, and then Clemente Zavaleta picked it up beautifully. I thought for a moment that he might run into a little bit of traffic, but he timed it just right, and a cracking shot there, getting that very important goal, I think, here for Santa Rita. The whistle has gone at 3:41. Of course, that means a courtesy horse change. I think only one player there, Mark Ganzi, staying on the field. Doesn't find it necessary just to change. Remember, the courtesy pony change is at the discretion of the players themselves. If they deem it all right to stay on the pony, they can, of course, do so. But as I'm sure you'll see a little bit later on throughout this match, when things get a little bit more heated under the collar, that courtesy change is very much welcome by the players, of course. And there is, as you know, Kel, there's a strategy here as to when you go out and change that pony to come back on the fastest pony, because that can make all the difference in getting to the ball before your opposition does.
That's correct. So we stop the clock here at 3 minutes 41 seconds for this first courtesy change. The courtesy change will always happen at a dead ball play, generally speaking after a goal is scored when the teams are heading back to center field, or if there's a whistle or for a foul around that time in the chucker. We will allow the players to run off and swap ponies before we take the penalty shot. But this time it was on the way back from a goal, With 3 minutes, 41 seconds remaining, teams are back out there ready to get this one back underway. Teams lined up here on umpire Mark Holmes. Holmes releases the ball, and we are back in action. Clemente Zavaleta gets a hold of that one first out of the bowl-in. Keeping control of it. Clemente Zavaleta waits for the player to clear. Still on the ball. Umpires tell him to use it. He does. Unleashes a pass downfield here, trying to find one of his teammates. A couple players come together, and this ball still here. Robert Strom with possession sends a shot out towards the goal mouth. Not quite enough on it. It's going to stay on the playing field, and it's going to be Rita Castagnola for Richard Mille. Rita Castagnola unleashes a big shot downfield. He's got his number 4 on the move here. That is Paco De Nova. Paco winds up trying to get it back up the field to his number 3, but it's going to get kicked by a pony, and Strom picks it up once again here, trying to set up one of his teammates, but it's going to be Rita. Once again, Castagnola gets the ball. Turned back, facing the right direction. Castagnola. Rita. Taking his time, trying to get through the pack of players here. What's he going to do? Leaves it behind now. Mark Ganzi in possession. Ganzi with a wind-up, unable to make contact, and McDonough finds that ball, traps it, and sends it right on in through a bunch of pony legs and putting a point on the board here. So 3-1 now the score as we head back to center field.
Yeah, nice little combination play by Richard Mille there, and of course no mistake made there by the Chango of Pablo Madonna. He found that little gap, had the chance to open his shoulders, and as we call it daisy cutter, you call it a worm burner, finding that little angle there and a cracking goal there, making it, as you say, 3-1 with just under 2 minutes left to play in the first chukker.
Umpire Holmes releases the ball back onto the playing field. Now Robert Strom gets a hold of this one out of the bowling. Strom with the number 1 on his back. Nice, powerful shot downfield. Will it go? Bad luck there. Gets kicked by a pony, and it's going to be Rita Castagnola to come in and pick up the broken play. Castagnola setting up a pass here. Perfectly placed pass for Mark Ganzi. Ganzi keeping this one working downfield, doing a nice job. Beautiful approach shots here. Ganzi unable to get a hold of that bouncing ball net, but he's followed up nicely here by his number 4, Paco De Nova. De Nova loses it underneath the pony momentarily. Now Rita Castagnola back in on the action. Castagnola gets around the defender. Castagnola still with possession here, trying to get this one down. Castagnola finds the goal mouth and puts another point on the board here. 3-2 now the score, under a minute remaining here in chukker number 1.
Nice play once again by Richard Mille, and again you see that rotation, which is one of those signature plays that Richard Mille will be doing throughout the season. The rotation, bringing up the number 4 player right up into the danger zone, being an attacking, an offensive player, and sending that ball back to Rita, finding that little gap there, and you cannot give Rita Castagnola an inch. He will take you for a mile. There is the horn. That will be all they played for at the end of that first chukker. So after a little bit of a slow start here for both teams, things slowly starting to heat up. 2 nice goals coming from Pablo McDonough and Rita Castagnola, making the scoreline just 1 goal in it. 3-2 still for Santa Rita. The players will go off for a pony change. You make sure you join us here with a fresh cup of coffee, wherever you're watching, of course, here in Wellington or around the world, when we come right back here for chukker number 2.
An active lifestyle means you never stop moving. That's why only Theragun devices are designed to release your body's deepest muscle tension, so you can do the things you love. Land that pose, hit that final rep, taste success, and do it all over again. You only have one body. Make it a TheraBody.
Welcome back and a very good morning to you here in Southern Florida. We're coming to you live from Grand Champions Polo Club, of course, on Chucker TV. It is the first game of the third round here of the WPL Triple Crown of Polo 2021. Richard Mille and Santa Rita out on the field. Richard Mille, of course, in the black shirts. Let me quickly give you a rundown who's playing out there. Mark Ganzi at number 1, Hector Castagnola at 2, Pablo McDonough at 3, and Paco De Nova at 4. Santa Rita in the white shirts with Robert Strom, the young man from France, playing at number 1. Nacho Figueres at number 2, playing off 6 goals. Clemente Zavaleta, the 7 goal at number 3, and Horacio Gerente playing the back door. Now, they had a couple of big opportunities in that first chucker, Cal. The score could easily have been a little bit more than it is. But Santa Rita know they're up against a very, very strong opponent here this morning. A team that has already won 2 titles, been in the final 3 times. So maybe a little bit of too much respect for Richard Mille. Of course, that combination, Pablo McDonough and Hector Castagnola between them, 18 goals. And then, of course, the very solid former 9-goaler Paco De Nova is, of course, a force to be reckoned with. Here we go then. Back to the center they go. Start of chucker number 2.
Ball put back on the ground here. Pablo McDonough gets a hold of it out of the bowling. McDonough sends a shot downfield along the ground here. Ooh, bad luck there. Kicked by a pony. That was the pony, of course, of Strom. Strom now gets turned, trying to keep control here now. Nacho Figueres comes in, but the whistle sounds stopping the action here early in chucker number 2.
Yeah, a little bit of an uncautious play there as Nacho Figueres just came across. I mean, right in front of that player. Not quite sure what he was thinking on that play, but again, the umpires, of course, will not tolerate any kind of nonsense or any kind of what could be perceived as dangerous play. Now, WPL umpires, of course, are very much lenient when they can be, but health and safety of the four-legged athlete always, of course, is the most important thing in this game here at WPL and at Grand Champions. And as a result of that play, we will have a penalty for 60 yards. The distance to goal, and I'm looking forward to seeing Hector Castagnola send this one, I'm pretty sure, at least halfway into another zip code.
60 yards to a defended goal. The defending players can put themselves anywhere they'd like, and look at that. That one's going to get stopped here and deflected. Saved from a goal, and now Nacho Figueres sends this one up the field here. First one on it, though, is going to be Paco De Nova. De Nova sends a pass over here, and he's going to find 10-goaler Pablo McDonough. McDonough sends a shot, but it comes off of a pony, and it's going to be picked off once again here by Nacho Figueres. Figueres can't quite keep it with him now. It's going to be picked off once again by Pablo McDonough, who's going to just thread the needle there, poke that one right on in, and just like that, we're all tied up at 3 goals apiece here early in chucker number 2.
Yeah, and you're starting to see signs now here where Richard Mille are taking Santa Rita wide apart here, creating a lot of space, and that's exactly the game that they like to play. A lot of space, creating those opportunities, and then, of course, their pass ratio completion is very, very high. They have game plans up their sleeve, so no surprise here to see the equalizer coming with 6 minutes left to play in chucker number 2.
And here comes Robert Strom out of the bowl and got a hold of that ball first, but it's going to be stolen back here by McDonough. McDonough's pass, though, intercepted now by Horacio Zarente. Gerente with possession, keeping it close to him here. He's got defenders all around. What's he going to do? Calls for him to leave it in. He leaves it behind. Clemente sends it up the field, trying to find Gerente once again, but unable to make contact with that ball. It's going to travel over the back line and wide of the goal to the right-hand side. Richard Mille getting a knock-in opportunity on the north end.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there, Cal. He went down the field, so put the pass through, but just couldn't make the connection. And, of course, once again, a change of possession. Richard Mille over on the far side with Hector Castagnola.
Castagnola leaves that one behind here for 10-goaler Pablo McDonough. McDonough crushes the ball down the field here, but it's going to be stopped and picked up by Zarente. Horacio Zarente gets the ball turned back, facing the right direction now, trying to get play working here. Unable to get past McDonough. McDonough sends it back, trying to find Rita Castagnola, but it's going to be picked off here by Nacho Figueres over to Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta now. He's got Rita coming in to keep a close watch. Trying to send a pass up the field, looking for Nacho Figueres. Figueres waits for that ball to catch up, finds it, but the whistle sounds.
Another little bit borderline dangerous play that we saw out there just now. Again, the umpires, of course, not hesitating to blow that whistle straight away. 4:24, as you were saying, on the clock. So a quick penalty, 5A. In favor of Richard Mille, and they need to start getting a grip on that here. They don't want to be giving that ball away too much. So, as I said, a hit from the spot. It'll be taken by Paco De Nova.
4 minutes, 24 seconds. Clock continuing to tick down now. Paco De Nova crushes a pass off to the right-hand side, looking for his number one, Mark Ganzi, coming in. Ganzi comes up with the ball. He's got Rita Castagnola coming in behind if the need arises. Ganzi now sends a pass up the field. Perfectly placed pass there for Paco De Nova. Picks it up on the near side, working his way down the field. Keeping this ball on the near side. Gets called off there by McDonough. And look at that. What a beautiful play there. Teamwork play. Getting another point on the board here. 4-3 now the score. Clock ticking down. Just about 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Ken, another one of those rotation plays. You saw Paco De Nova moving up to the front. He was told to leave it then, but he did all the hard work. So this is what Richard Mille will be doing all day long, all morning long, as I should say. But that is what's so nice to watch in this Richard Mille team, the way they utilize and capitalize on all the talent and all the experience, of course. And Paco De Nova, always a dead cert. Again, up in that danger zone on this occasion, leaving it behind for Pablo McDonough now with his third goal in this game so far, with 3:33 on the clock, and for the first time, Richard Mille take the lead.
Utilizing this time for our courtesy horse change. Players making their way back out onto the field here, getting ready to get this one back underway in chukker number 2. Teams line up here on umpire Mark Holmes. And here comes our last player to the bowling. Ready to get this one back underway. Mark Holmes unleashes that ball, puts it back on the ground here. Clemente Zavaleta picks it up out of the bowling here. Zavaleta fighting hard there, avoids the hook from McDonough. Zavaleta doing a nice job here, keeping that ball away from the defender. Zavaleta tries for a cut shot. It goes up against the board here. Still in the playing field, deep into the corner. Zavaleta. Now, I believe that ball did go over the back line, well wide of the goal. So the umpire is going to help out the flagger there, save her from running 100 yards. Drop a ball down, and we will have a knock-in.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there, running out of real estate for Santa Rita. And once again, possession over to Richard Mille, and that'll be taken, of course, by the number 4, Paco De Nova.
Paco De Nova sends it into play here, looking for his number 3. That is Pablo McDonough. McDonough sends a shot up the field here, looking for Rita Castagnola, doing a beautiful job here, picks it up out of the air. Rita Castagnola on a beautiful gray pony. Just sticking balling down the field like it's nothing. Doesn't even need to follow up that shot. It's going to roll right on in through the uprights. So now 5-3 the score. Just over 2 minutes remaining here in chukker number 2.
Well, Richard Mille, as I thought we would see in this second chukker, now really stepping up to the plate, revving up that engine here. They're passing. They're absolutely second to none, the way they're controlling the game. They're shutting down any kind of offensive play. We just saw that in the corner just now by Santa Rita. So, again, they've won the throw-in, and it's going to be Castagnola.
Rita out of the bowling, doing some work, getting work done here, trying to keep control, but he's going to lose the handle there. It's going to be Nacho Figueres to send that one over to the sideboards. Ganzi coming in, thought about it, avoided making that play, and it's going to be Paco De Nova with a touch, but Horacio Zarente with possession. He drops it back behind here for Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta looking around, checking his surroundings. He's got one defender close. That's Mark Gansey. Zavaleta working his way down the field, doing a nice job. Leaves it behind here for his number one, Strom. Strom, not quite the shot he was looking for. Zavaleta, though, picks it up on the near side. Zavaleta back to the offside, unable to make contact with that ball, and it's going to be Gansey. Mark Gansey got that ball stolen out of there, but the whistle sounds, stopping the action here. 51 seconds remaining here in Chucker number 2. The umpires discussing this play. Let's see what they decide.
Yeah, Kale, just spoken to, and I'm looking at the footage here. Of course, we've got a little screen here. We weren't sure whether it was a turning call or a right of an infringement on the right of way. I think the umpires also having just a moment or two to compare notes. Mark Holmes and Gaston Dorignac. Now remember, both teams, of course, have a challenge per half. Looking at the score at the moment with 51 seconds left to play, is this the right time to make the call for the challenge? Well, let's have to wait and see. Yeah, and I'm just being told there is a challenge on that play, so this will be going back to the studio to the instant replay official, Federico Martelli. And I'm just being told here the umpire's call stands, so that challenge overruled. And that means Richard Mille will continue the action here with Paco De Nova.
Paco unleashes a shot downfield. Here he finds Mark Gansey in the perfect position to receive that pass. Gansey doing a beautiful job here. He's got a centering shot coming up here. Gansey slows things down. Wants to make sure he gets all of that ball. That one's going to be left behind here and picked off by the Santa Rita team. That's Clemente Zavaleta. Under 30 seconds remaining here in this second chukker of play. Zavaleta and McDonough come together with the ball. McDonough gets a hold of the play, steals it back now. Pablo McDonough looking towards the goal mouth, gets a little hook there, and Heta Castagnola picks it up. Beautiful shot by Heta Castagnola. And it was Pablo McDonough to get the final touch on that one. That one did go in right before the horn. So Pablo McDonough picking up another point here to end chukker number 2.
Yeah, indeed. A total of 4 goals scored there. A hat-trick by Pablo McDonough, one by Castagnola, making it 6 goals to 3. No score by Santa Rita. They're going to have to pull up their socks when we come back here for chukker number 3 right here on Chukker TV. Welcome back, everybody. It is still a glorious morning, and so far the weather does not show any signs of what we apparently are expecting later on this afternoon. Like I said, we might get lucky, Kale, and the weather front might just give us a big miss. Remember, we have got 3 games lined up for you this on this beautiful Sunday. The next game will be between Oria and White Birch. That is scheduled. That's been brought forward by an hour. That'll be taking place at noon. And then the 4 o'clock game remains to be seen. We will, of course, keep you posted. So, chukker number 2, 4 unanswered goals there by Santa Rita. So far, only Clemente Zavaleta scoring a goal in that first chukker. Remember, they came in with 2 goals in hand. 3 goals to 6 at the moment in favour of Mille as they come back on fresh ponies to get on with the third and final chukker of the first half. Remember, we play 6 chukkers. So Santa Rita certainly have their work cut out for them here at Grand Champions Polo Club field number 1. Mark Holmes, one of our 2 mounted umpires, will release the ball momentarily. Just waiting for the players to line up. Gaston Dorignac, of course, on the far side. Here we go then with chukker number 3.
All right, umpire Holmes sees a clean lineup, and he releases that ball. First one to come up with it is going to be Rita Castagnola. Rita, who finished out chukker number 2 with a beautiful shot on goal. I do believe it was McDonough that got the final touch on that one. McDonough goes for an attempt on goal. Not quite the angle he was looking for. That one saved on the playing field, dangerously close to that goal mouth here. But Horacio Gerente gets a hold of the ball and sends it out of the danger zone. Gerente up here to Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta with possession here, trying to keep control. He's got Rita Castagnola coming in to apply some pressure. Castagnola gets away from that defender and sends it down the field, where it's going to be taking a funny hop off the playing field, so we're going to have a change of possession here. Close to center field. Umpire drops the ball, counts down, and calls play here. Paco De Nova will bring this one back in. Paco De Nova, short little tap. Now a pass off to the right-hand side, looking for his number 1, Mark Ganzi. Ganzi waits for the player to clear, sends a shot downfield. He's got Pablo McDonough on the move here. Pablo, can he get back to that ball before it crosses the end line?
Ooh.
Pablo McDonough dangerously in front of the goal mouth there. Saved, though, by the team in white, Santa Rita. I believe that was Clemente Zavaleta coming up with the ball. Clemente Zavaleta sends a big shot down the field here, trying to find one of his teammates here. Paco De Nova can't quite get a hold of that ball. And it's going to be picked up here. Figueres and Strom both getting an attempt at the ball, but it's going to be sent back here by Richard Mille. Bad luck there. It's going to be left on the sideboards. Coming up with it now is going to be Pablo McDonough. McDonough over there on the boards. Picks up the ball, gets a turn back, facing the right direction now. McDonough. His shot, though, intercepted momentarily by Horacio Gerente. Gerente with possession. Drops it back behind here for Zavaleta. Zavaleta, his pass, trying to find one of his teammates, but it's going to be picked off and stolen out of there now by the number 3 for Richard Mille, Pablo McDonough. McDonough sends a shot up here looking for Rita Castagnola. Castagnola winds up, sends a shot down the field here, intercepted momentarily. Now, it's going to be Zavaleta over here to Figueres. Nacho Figueres, he's got Robert Strom downfield. Figueres leaves it behind here for Gerente. Gerente, not the shot he was looking for. A couple players turn and trying to get a hold of the ball. Figueres pokes it across the line, but the whistle sounds, stopping the action here with 4 minutes, 39 seconds remaining.
Yes, I was just double checking there with the third man, Steve Lane. A very clear right-of-way violation. A little bit of a slow whistle on that play, but a foul, of course, is a foul. Let's look at the clock, 4:39. And again, a change of possession. Santa Rita giving it back to Richard Mille with Paco De Nova.
Paco sends this one back into play here. Players working down the field. Rita Castagnola unable to make contact with that ball. It's going to be left behind and picked off here by Horacio Gerente. Gerente sends it off to the left-hand side, looking for Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta now, the number 3 with the red helmet. Zavaleta winds up, sends it along the ground here, looking for his number 4, Horacio. Horacio tries to get there, gets a hold of it momentarily, but not the shot he was looking for. It's going to be picked off now by Pablo McDonough. Pablo winds up. Nice, easy lofted shot out in front here for his number 1, Mark Ganzi. Ganzi drops in, picks it up. He's got a cut shot to goal coming. Ganzi, not quite the shot he was looking for there. And it's going to be picked off once again by Zavaleta. Zavaleta and Gerente playing a good game with each other, using each other very well so far in this match. Now, Zarente sends it up there, looking for his number one, Strom. Strom unable to make contact with that ball. It's going to be Paco De Nova for Richard Mille. Paco, his shot, poked out of there momentarily by McDonough, but Zarente now. Zarente gets called off by Zavaleta. Zavaleta picks up the play. Mark Ganzi keeping a close watch on him. Zavaleta, short little shot over here to his number 4, Horacio Gerente. Gerente with possession now. Now he's going to unleash a pass downfield, looking for Nacho Figueres. Figueres on the white pony out there. Can't quite get a hold of it. It's going to be Paco De Nova to send it back. Now McDonough picks it up once again. Pablo McDonough. Pablo McDonough, centering shot downfield here. He's got Mark Ganzi out in front. Ganzi drops in on the line. Mark Ganzi gets it done, and the Cobra has made himself known here today, getting a point on the board.
And another nice combination play here. The pass was perfect. Mark found himself exactly in that rumble seat or in that jump seat, and he made no mistake there. Just hammered that ball through. 7 goals to 3 now. Still no score from Santa Rita in this third chaka. And goal number 1 for Mark Ganzi, putting them up with a nice little a comfortable cushion of 4 goals in chaka number 3. 2:23 left to play. A quick pony change here on the sidelines there at the end. And the north end, as the Cobra, as you just called him, and that, of course, is his name. Mark Ganzi, very much known by his fans all over the world as the Cobra, getting on a fresh pony. So let's see if Santa Rita can bring something back. At the moment, they just don't seem to be gelling very well. They don't seem to be playing their game. They seem to be very much on the back foot, not able to make those plays that I'm sure they've studied very hard. Looking a little bit untidy, whereas Richard Mille, very fine oiled machine here, know exactly where each player is standing, and just have a very, very good sense of how they play this game. And of course, Santa Rita not making it difficult for them, allowing Richard Mille to do exactly what they set out to do, which is get their second win, and they are very much on course for getting their second win of this, the WPL Triple Crown of Polo. Remember, their first game, they beat Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek, 14 goals to 13. And then a big surprise, they lost their second game to Tamira, 6 goals to 14. Just wasn't their day on that day. I remember that game very well. Santa Rita, as I say, with 2 losses, also to Tamira, 6 goals to 10, and also to Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek, when we were very delighted to have Adolfo Cambiaso come in and play 8 goals to 15. That's how they took care of business, beating Santa Rita. So they have it all to do now. And they still have, well, just under 2.5 minutes left to play in the first half. And then, of course, 3 full chukkers. All players back on the field. Mark Holmes is about to release the ball.
Two minutes, 23 seconds remaining here in chukker number 3 in the first half. We've got all of our players lined up here. Umpire sees a clean lineup, and he releases that ball. Let's see who's going to come out with it. Goes through the pack of players, picked off now by Gerente. Gerente gets a hold of it, but he's going to get his pocket picked there by Heta Castagnola. Castagnola working his way downfield all by himself out in front of the pack. He's going to stick and ball this one and drop it right between the uprights, putting another point on the board here. Richard Mille with a commanding lead here over Santa Rita in the first half.
Yeah, Kel, you know, that's what it's going to come down to. And that is what Richard Mille are so strong at, is winning those throw-ins, those oh-so-important throw-ins, which, of course, gives them immediate possession, puts the team into an offensive mode of play, and you cannot allow a Castagnola to run away like that, because he will punish you all day long. Here we go. Ball's back in play. 8 goals to 3 with the
first one on it is going to be Nacho Figueres. Figueres with possession. Nacho waits for the players to clear out of the way, sends a shot downfield, threads the needle through the pack of players, picked off now by his number 4, Horacio Gerente trying to keep control. Bad luck there. Paco De Nova coming in and stealing that ball back. Now, picking it up once again, sends a shot down towards the goal mouth, but it's off to the right-hand side. Not what they wanted to have happen. So, Richard Mille will get a knock-in opportunity on the south end.
Yeah, we have a whistle due to this. What is it? Oh, it's an Italian greyhound. I wasn't quite sure. Wasn't sure whether it's a very fast cat or it's an Italian greyhound. 55 seconds left to play in the first half.
Paco De Nova sends this one in off the back line. Paco. Over here to Rita Casagnola. Rita, not what he wanted to have happen. Little miss hit, but he's able to recover. Rita unleashes a shot downfield. Now Mark Ganzi in on the action. Picks it up deep into the corner. Mark Ganzi saves it from going over the end line. Ganzi. There's a 30-second warning horn. Less than 30 to play out now. Still on the playing field. Rita comes up with the ball. Rita working his way back towards the center. Trying to get another point on the board here. And that one's going to get stolen out of there momentarily. First one on it, though, is Pablo McDonough. McDonough, the number 3 for Richard Mille. McDonough gets a turn, facing the right direction now. Unleashes a shot downfield. Now he's got Rita Casagnola out in front here. Rita, little flip shot. Will he get it done? Runs out of time. The double has sounded, and that's all she wrote for the first half.
Indeed it is. 8 goals to 3. Another goalless jockey here for Santa Rita. Well, let's hope that they regroup and come up with a change of game plan here when they come back for the second half. Make sure you join us here in just a few minutes. We'll give the players a little longer now at the halftime interval. Time for you to get yourself a fresh cup of coffee. That, of course, is if you are here in Wellington, Florida. If you are in the UK, remember, it is a time difference of 5 hours. In Europe, 6 hours, so it's already well past lunchtime. Maybe chance for a nice little cup of tea. But either way, make sure you join us here for the second half in just a few moments.
As far as barns go, it's 10 points.
The weather, scenic views are unbelievable. To be up here in the mountains in this weather, I don't think you have many choices nicer than this.
I feel like we have some really competitive polo up here. It's friendly competitive polo.
The place is amazing. Good polo fields, good players, good horses, so it's a good experience. It's really good.
Club, they have empanadas there, they have Argentine style barbecue.
I'm in love with this place. The club is really nice, the people is really good.
At least what I can see is that it's an amazing place to be playing polo with the family and with good friends, enjoying, and the weather is great. I can't complain at all.
There's so much to do up here, and people are great, and there's some of the best polo in the country up there.
I think this is the place to play polo in the summer.
It's as good as it gets for summer polo.
may be my new home.
And as soon as our child is old enough, she's going to be in her polo school.
You just want to be a horse in that barn.
The world's best polo in your pocket. Chucker TV, the only app you'll need to watch polo. The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll ever need to watch polo.
Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you with us here on Chucker TV. We're coming to you live from Grand Champions Polo Club Field number 1, the first game of round 3. Richard Mille up against Santa Rita. And as I said earlier, after a little bit of a shaky start in that first chucker, Richard Mille put the pedal to the metal and started their goal-scoring frenzy. 2 in the first versus 1 goal by Santa Rita in that opening chucker. And then it was 4 goals in chucker number 2, 2 goals in chucker number 3, and no goals from Santa Rita in the second and third chucker. Now remember, they came in with 2 goals in hand. They're a 24-goal team. Richard Mille, of course, 26 goals as the players now come back out on the field. Kale, what, in your mind, should Santa Rita do differently to get a grip and a handle here on this very, very strong, once again performing Richard Mille team?
You know, they need to start winning these bowl-ins. Winning the bowl-ins is always a very important aspect of converting goals and everything. You know, you have to get the bowl-ins. You have to be prepared mentally going into the bowl-ins. And then once you win the bowl-in, you need to have a plan. They need to start sending their players downfield. They need to start utilizing Strom and Figueres a little bit more. Gerente and Zavaleta, they've been playing very well together. They've been passing the ball back and forth, reading each other very well. They need to start utilizing the other 2 players out there.
Yes, I totally agree with you there. They're not really capitalizing on the talent that is out there. Remember, Robert Storm playing on 5 goals. We also haven't seen as much of Nacho Figueres as I'm sure many of you would have liked to have seen. I would have liked to see a little bit more by Nacho Figueres, but as you rightly said here, the 2 back players, number 3, Clemente Zavaleta and Horacio Gerente, they've been the driving force in that team. But you can't win a game with only 50% really actively involved. So let's hope in that halftime break They have come up with a strategy, a little change of game plan here, where, as you rightly said, we can see a little bit more of Robert Storm and Nacho Figueres being utilized by the 7-goaler, Clemente Zavaleta and Gerente, because I think that will or could hopefully make a big, big difference.
Yeah, and if you've been watching the Richard Mille team, all 4 players have been actively involved in the first 3 chukkers. They're utilizing each other. They're passing well. They're communicating a lot out there on the field. I think Santa Rita needs to follow by their example, and hopefully they'll get a little bit more done here in the second half.
Yep, let's have a look at the score sheet once again. Well, as you rightly said, Richard Mille, all 4 players very actively involved. The only man yet to score is Paco De Nova. The Cobra obviously having scored a cracking goal there in chukker number 3. Hector Castagnola also with 3 goals to his name. Very consistent, 1 goal per chukker. But no surprise, of course, to see Pablo McDonough with a total of 4 goals so far. As they come back now, ready for the second half. Chukker number 4, it is 8 goals to 3 in favor of Richard Mille.
So we played all the way down to the double horn to end the first half. Dangerously close to that end line down here on the north end of the field. So we're going to have a bowl in here from the center to the boards to start things off here at chukker number 4. Umpire looking for a clean lineup. He sees it. That ball goes over the back line, and it will just be a knock in here. Like I said, dangerously close to that end line for that bowl in there. They were very close to getting a goal scored to end chukker number 4, but just ran out of time. So here comes Gerente. Horacio Zarente with the pass over here to his number 3, Clemente Zavaleta, and the whistle sound, stopping the action early. Number.
Yeah, another one of those right-of-way violations there. A little bit of a fumble by the number 3, Zavaleta, and already firmly established on the line, the number 2 there in black for Richard Mille, Hector Castagnola. Good call by the umpires. So a hit from the center in favor of Santa Rita with a penalty 5B.
Now, if this ball is behind the line, if he were to take one shot, it would be a Cats 2-point challenge. He elects to tap it into play, though. Horacio Zarente. Now he unleashes a pass downfield, trying to get it through the pack of players and find one of his teammates here, looking for a white jersey, but it's going to be picked off and taken out of there by the number 3 in black, Pablo McDonough, the 10-goaler, with a beautiful pass up here for Hector Castagnola. Castagnola with another beautiful pass, setting up Mark Ganzi. This is what we were talking about. These guys are using each other. They're using each other very well. Look at that. What a goal. Mark Ganzi, that one comes off of the goalpost and bounces in. So the Cobra picking up goal number 2 here. But did you see the passing during that play? I mean, it was just give, go, give, go.
Just 2 or 3 stops. That was all it took there. And you just saw that signature move by the Cobra there, showing that he's got his fangs out. And goal number 2 for Mark Ganzi, making it 9 goals to 3 with 6:01 on the clock.
Lots of time left here in chukker number 4 as we line up on umpire Gaston Dorniak. Of course, in the second half of the game, the bowling's taking place over on the other side of the field. This is so we don't chew up the middle of the field throughout the game. Ganzi couldn't quite get a hold of it. Denarvine left it behind. Now it's going to be Hector Castagnola. Castagnola running around the players here, around the pack. Drops that one right in front of the goal mouth. And Horacio Gerente coming in and stealing it out of there, saving an almost for sure goal. Horacio Gerente can't quite keep it with him. Now it's going to be Paco De Nova. Paco gets turned, facing the right direction now. Tries to send a shot over, setting up Hector Castagnola, but Gerente once again picks it up. Gerente's pass over to Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta now sends this ball up the field here where he has Strom. Robert Strom. Robert Strom, not quite the shot he was looking for there. Off angle just a bit. Will it go over the back line? It does. It's going to trickle over that back line well wide of the goal. So we'll have a knock-in here for Richard Mille.
Little bit unlucky there for the Frenchman. He did ever so well. He took the pace out of the game, slowed everything down. Wanted to send the ball into that danger zone, onto the green, as I like to call it, and had a little bit of a deflection, that ball going over the back line. So once again, Paco De Nova will get things underway for Richard Mille.
Paco De Nova sends it back into play here, finding his number 1, Mark Ganzi. Ganzi, ooh, bad luck, overrides. That ball bouncing a little bit there. Coming up with it now is going to be Nacho. Unable to maintain possession there. Paco De Nova got a hold of that one, setting up now Pablo McDonough. McDonough working his way down the field, keeping control here. Cool, calm, and collected as he's making his way down. Bad luck, though, overrides that ball. Rita Castagnola overrides as well. That ball taking a little bit of a funny bounce there on a divot. Now, coming up with it is going to be Horacio Zarente. Leaves it behind nicely here for Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta now up here to Figueres. Nacho Figueres slows down, waits for that ball. Nacho Figueres trying to keep control here, working to get this one down to the goal mouth. Leaves it behind here, and now it's going to be Zavaleta to get a hold of that one. Clemente Zavaleta picking up his second goal on the day. And now we head back to center field for another bowl in on the officials. I do believe when the umpires get to center field, they will sound their whistle, signaling our first courtesy change of the second half. And there it is. Clock is stopped now with 3 minutes and 2 seconds. So 3:02 left to go here. We do see Pablo McDonough and Mark Ganzi out there. They just elected to change on their own just before this. So they will stay out on center field while the rest of the team, or rest of the players rather, run off and hop on a fresh mount.
Yes, indeed. But we are starting to see, and I'm glad we're seeing this now. We're seeing a little bit more of Nacho Figueres getting into the action. We saw him just a few moments ago, nearly getting a really good shot on goal. A little bit unlucky there, but at least Zavaleta came, and nice backing up there of the number 2, Nacho Figueres. So Santa Rita get a goal. It's been quite a while. They haven't scored since Chucker number 1. So, but as we were thinking, as we were suggesting, Cale, we're seeing Robert Storm now getting a little bit more involved. We're seeing Nacho Figueres get a little bit more involved. And this, I think, has to be the way they need to continue playing here in the second half if they want to make a dent into that 9 goals already scored by Richard Mille.
Yeah, this Richard Mille team is a team that works very, very well as a team. That last play that we just saw with them, what was it? The goal there by Ganzi at the beginning of this chucker. The passing, it's like it's nothing. They don't even have to communicate. They just know where to be, and it shows that this team really, really works well together. So hopefully Santa Rita will continue this action that they've started here in chucker number 4. Coming out with the ball is going to be Horacio Gerente. Gerente with possession on the gray pony. Doing a nice job trying to keep control here, but he gets his pocket picked there by Rita Castagnola. Rita Castagnola now. It's going to be picked up by, I believe that was Strom. Sends it over here looking for one of his teammates, but it's going to be picked off here by the team in the black jerseys. That is Pablo McDonough setting up Paco De Nova. De Nova with possession. Brings it over here to the sideboards. Paco De Nova winds up and crushes the ball down the field here. Trying to find one of his teammates, but it's going to be Clemente Zavaleta to come up with it for Santa Rita. Zavaleta, now Strom. Robert Strom with possession. He's got Zarente coming in behind if the need arises. He'll keep this one to himself here. Coming up with the ball now is going to be Pablo McDonough trying to get a tricky play in there and steal this one back. Now a little pump fake here. Sends a pass over to Ganzi. The Cobra picks up the play. Mark Ganzi. He's got Horacio there keeping a close watch. Ganzi sends it down, but it's going to be a little off angle to the right-hand side. So the team in white dodging a bullet here, getting a knock-in opportunity with just over a minute and a half remaining here in chucker number 4. Here comes Horacio Gerente. Horacio taps this one back into play. Checks his surroundings. Sends a shot off to the left-hand side looking for Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta now up to Strom. Strom, not quite the shot he was looking for. Able to recover on the second swing there. Strom now loses the line to Paco De Nova. De Nova sends a shot over to the far side. Not what he was looking for. Not the distance he was looking for on that. And it's going to be picked up once again here by Santa Rita. Can they get it done? Not this time. It's going to go in front of the goal mouth and wide to the right-hand side.
Very, very unlucky there. Very unlucky. But I'm liking what I'm seeing out here, Kale. We're seeing a lot more active play by Santa Rita, getting a lot more stuck in here. So let's hope they can keep the pressure on as once again that ball having just missed the goal. It is a knock-in and possession for Richard Mille.
There's a 30-second warning horn. Less than 30 to play out here in Chucker number 4. Strom with possession off the sideboards. Strom trying to keep control here. Work this one all the way down and gets it done. Puts a point on the board here, ending Chucker number 4 with a score of 9-5.
Well, they come back strong. If we just take this Chucker alone, they've actually won this Chucker 2-1. A goal by Robert Strom just in the dying moments there, and of course Clemente Zavaleta. So let's hope they will take a lot from this Chucker coming back when I'm hoping you will join us here as well. Chucker TV, Chucker number 5 coming right up after this short break.
To be able to come here and play a course such as this, it's a great experience. Probably the best tee gift I've ever received, so, and that's no lie. My wife actually gave me a pair for Christmas before I played in the tournament, so this will be my 3rd pair, so I'm looking forward to it.
Over the calf, 17 and a half. Outseam 43 and a half.
We make a personal pattern for everybody, and that takes a lot of different points on a body to draft a pattern.
I have at least 7 or 8 pair. Great golf course and get a pair of blue jeans out of the deal is freaking awesome.
The down for that is 17 and a quarter.
Was that about 32?
Yep, you nailed it.
Same thing you've been wearing since high school.
6 and a half.
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks so much for being here, and good luck today on the course. We will do a true shotgun start today, so good luck today, and y'all have a great time.
People aren't accustomed to getting a gift like custom pants at a golf tournament, but for clubs that do offer that to their members, it's been a success every time because it's so unique, it's so different, and it's an American-made product that's custom. You get measured for it, you get to design it and pick it. Who doesn't like that?
Getting a pair of jeans from Blue Delta is a great gift, something unique, something that they normally wouldn't get that they really appreciate.
Welcome back, everyone. Nice to have you with us on this still very pleasant Sunday morning. It's a little bit breezy. Clouds now getting a little bit thicker coming in from the north, I believe. Oh, from the south, beg your pardon, coming in from the south. I was looking at those clouds. So let's hope that the weather forecast, which is doom and gloom for this afternoon, might just give Wellington a miss. We are here at Chucker number 4. Beg your pardon, Chucker number 5. Of this 3rd round game of the Triple Crown of Polo. Richard Mille against Santa Rita, and at the moment Richard Mille very much on their way to getting their 2nd win of this tournament. Back to the action. I'm going to hand you over to Kel Newman.
Horacio Zarente with possession here, working his way down the field, over center field now. He's being chased down hard here by the 10-goaler, Pablo McDonough, who gets the hook, but it's going to be picked off here. Sent down towards the goal mouth. I believe that was Nacho Figueres, but it's going to go wide to the right-hand side. Bad luck there, but I like to see them shooting, especially from a distance.
Exactly. I was just going to say, maybe that is another very good strategy. Start taking a shot maybe a little bit further afield and, take aim, and that might be another way of cracking this nut. Here we go then. Paco De Nova getting things underway.
De Nova over here to Rita Castagnola. Castagnola having a little trouble with the ball, but look at that. He's able to recover. Nicely done there by Rita Castagnola. Coming up with it now is going to be Gerente. Horacio Zarente with possession here for Santa Rita. He's got a player downfield. Horacio drops it back here for Zavaleta. Zavaleta unleashes a shot downfield. Will it go? It's going down. Has the distance. Not quite the angle. But it's going to go over the back line wide. So we'll have another repeat here. A mulligan, if you will, of a Burchard Mill knock-in from the north end. Paco De Nova taps it once into play. De Nova with a shot over here to Rita Casagnola. Very similar to the play they just made. Casagnola gets away from the defender here. Now sends a shot across field over looking for his number one. That is Mark Ganzi, the Cobra. Cobra can't quite get a hold of that one. It's going to be now picked off by Horacio Zarente. Horacio up to Zavaleta. Zavaleta, slight deflection there from the mallet of Rita Casagnola. Casagnola drops in on the line first. Gets a hold of it. Casagnola. Rita working his way down the field here. Trying to get or keep out in front of Zavaleta. What a beautiful play there. Avoids the hook. Sends it up here to his number 3. Pablo McDonough. McDonough had a slight touch on it. Now Rita follows him up nicely. Now it's going to be picked off momentarily there by Figueres. Nacho Figueres gets turned. Picks up the play. Working his way down. Heading north. Nacho Figueres. He's got Robert Strom here on the move as well. Nacho Figueres sends a shot down towards the goal mouth. Can he get back to this ball? Nacho Figueres tried to get there. Strom tries to get there as well. And that one's going to go. I believe there was a whistle there. Clock is stopped with 4:08.
Yeah, I think you're right there. We did have a whistle. It looked to me that there was a man coming across that right of way. So a right-of-way infringement, but the umpires have called the whistle, also allowing the players to go for a courtesy change. So it'll be interesting to see what they made of that play. 4:08 on the clock. Richard Mille just shy of going into double figures. They lead by 4 goals, but it's nice to see, as I said, how Santa Rita very much after that halftime break have come back a lot stronger now here in the second half. Still a little bit of work to do. Still no score in Chukka number 5, but I'm sure that will change, and it'll be very interesting to see what the umpires have decided. Well, you can see the ball being placed in front of goal, so it could either be a hit from the spot or a penalty too. Let's wait and see what the lineup will be when the players come back out. Very quick pony change here. All 8 players coming out. Well, there's one player missing, I think. We've got Santa Rita, all 4 coming in unison. Mark Ganzi, the first to the scene of the crime. Paco De Nova now, the last man, also come and join his team. And let me remind you, of course, our next match today on this, well, at the moment, still triple header. We've got 3 matches for you. The noon game has been brought forward from 1 p.m. It was going to be at 1, now at noon. Aurea versus White Birch. And we'll be bringing that game to you live, of course, on Chukka TV, coming to you from the fields at White Birch.
That is correct. So, as you just mentioned, we did move this game up an hour. We have some weather coming in our way. It's supposed to start raining just about 2 o'clock here in Wellington. If you go to gcpolo.com, you should get a pop-up notification prompting you to sign up for our GCPC text hotline. Any and all time changes due to weather or anything will be done on that text. It's an automated text service, so if you sign up, you'll get all of the information regarding any changes or anything like that. So we did just have a converted goal here for the team in white. Penalty number 2 from elected to take from the spot. Clemente Zavaleta did get a hold of that one and send it on in. Now we're back at center field. Quick whistle on the field here, stopping the action. 3 minutes, 37 seconds. It is a little windy here, so sometimes it is a little difficult to hear those whistles, but we are doing our best. They picked up a little piece of debris from the playing field. Ball put back on the ground now. Back in play, it's going to be Pablo McDonough. Sends it up the field along the sideboards. First one on it, though, is going to be Nacho Figueres. Figueres His pass intercepted now by Rita Castagnola. Castagnola working his way down. Slows things down, allows that defender to go past. Now, Castagnola. Rita, little pump fake there. Castagnola tried to wait for the players to clear. They did not. He sends it down. Saved on the doorstep now. And sent down the field. I believe that was Nacho Figueres. It's going to be picked up now by Clemente Zavaleta. Zavaleta, nasty bounce there. Unable to make contact. Little short pass by Castagnola to McDonough. Now McDonough to De Narvaez. Paco De Narvaez with the number 4 on his back. Paco elects to walk this one in. Not what he wanted to have happen there. Gets stolen out of there momentarily. Now Clemente Zavaleta sends that one further down here, setting up the number 2. That is Nacho Figueres, who loses the handle. Now it's going to be picked up by Paco De Narvaez for Richard Mille. De Narvaez to McDonough. Pablo McDonough sends it down here, and Horacio Zarente going to escort that one over the back line. So we're going to have a knock-in here for the team in white. Santa Rita. 2 minutes exactly remaining on the clock here. 9-6 the score. Chucker number 5. Horacio brings it back into play. Gerente over to Zavaleta. Clemente Zavaleta picks up the play. Now sends it downfield. Up in front here. He has no players down. It's going to be picked up now by the number 1 for Richard Mille, Mark Ganzi. Ganzi. Coming up with the ball now is going to be Strom. Now, Zarente. Zarente trying to keep control. That one's going to get backed out of the danger zone here momentarily. Clemente Zavaleta with possession on the sideboards. Now, Zavaleta sends it downfield here, looking for one of his teammates up in front. That's going to be... That was Robert Strom, I believe, with the number 1 on his back. Gets a point on the board here. So, just like that, Santa Rita within 2. 9-7 the score. Under a minute remaining here in Chucker number 5 as we head back to center field.
Yeah, nice little play there by the Frenchman. He unloaded a nice little shot there, hitting the target, and I'm sure he was wanting to play one of those plays for quite a while. I'm still surprised that Richard Mille are not yet into double figures, but I'm sure that will change momentarily. Ball's back in play, and Richard Mille have won it, but only shortly. There is the horn.
And Paco De Nova gets a hold of that one, but it's going to be picked off. Ooh, there we go. Pablo McDonough jumps in and steals this one back once again here for Richard Mille, but he's going to leave that one behind, and coming up with the ball first is going to be Santa Rita. With the pass over to the far sideboards where Paco De Narvaez is waiting. Paco De Narvaez gets a hold of that one, sends it off the sideboards, setting up Rita Castagnola now. Castagnola sends a shot towards the goal mouth, but it will go wide just as the double sounds. So that's all she wrote for Chucker number 5. We'll be back after a short break with our 6th and final Chucker in regulation time.
Yes, I got my swagger back.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
The world's best polo in your pocket. Chucker TV, the only app you'll need to watch polo. The world's best polo in your pocket.
Chucker TV, the only app you'll ever need to watch polo.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you with us on this now very blustery, windy morning here at Santa Rita. Beg your pardon, Grand Champions Polo Club. Santa Rita is the team out there in the white shirts up against Richard Mille. And as Kel was just saying, we are down to the sixth and final chucker. 9 goals to 7 after a very strong comeback here in the second half by Santa Rita, but they still are trailing by 2.
Horacio Zarente sends this one into play with a pass over here looking for, I believe that is Nacho Figueres. Figueres sends it further down the field. Strom coming in, trying to make an attempt on the play, but Paco De Nova got a hold of that one. And now coming up with it is going to be Clemente Zavaleta with a slight touch, but Pablo McDonough for Richard Mille picks up possession. McDonough with possession here for Richard Mille, trying to get it over center field, unable to do so as Nacho Figueres got a hold of that one. Nacho, his pass a little short of Strom, and it's going to be Paco De Nova now. De Nova setting up Heta Castagnola. Castagnola having a little trouble with the bouncing ball, and it's going to be picked up now by Gerente. Horacio Gerente with possession here for the team in white, Santa Rita, back over center field, surrounded there by black jerseys. No one there to receive that broken play. It's going to be picked off now by Heta Castagnola. Heta Castagnola being told to wait. Now, Paco De Nova coming in. Avoids the hook there and sends it down. Look at that. What a missile of a shot. Beautiful shot there. We are right on the line there. Watched it go right in between the uprights.
And that makes it complete. All 4 players now. Paco De Nova, the last man in Richard Mille to get on the score sheet. So all 4 players now at Richard Mille on the score sheet. And that puts them into double figures, as you rightly said. 5.5 minutes left to play at chucker number 6.
Quick whistle here. Official whistle. I believe we do have timeout for a pony change. I believe it's a tack timeout. A lot of times it is quicker and easier to just swap ponies rather than fix the piece of broken equipment. So we're allowing Clemente Zavaleta to ride off and hop on a fresh mount. And there we see Zavaleta hopping on a fresh mount in the corner there. And as soon as he joins the pack of players at center field, we will get back underway here with a bowling on umpire Gaston Dorniac.
Yeah, well, Cal, 3 goals in it, 5.5 minutes. There is still a chance here for a big upset here. I have to say, I do like the way Santa Rita have come back here in that second half, playing a lot tighter here. We're seeing a lot more, as we said, of Robert Storm and Nacho Figueres. Robert Storm hitting the target twice in the second half. Nacho Figueres yet to score. So let's see what they can do with the remaining 5.5 minutes here in chucker number 6.
Out of the bowling, here comes McDonough. Pablo McDonough, the number 3 here, sends a shot down towards the goal. Will it go? Clemente Zavaleta trying hard to get there. Runs out of room. That one will cross over right between the uprights. So 11-7 now the score, with Richard Mille on top by 4 as we make our way back to center field for another bowling on the officials.
Yeah, nice little goal there. No surprise, Pablo McDonough. That ball just rolling and rolling and rolling. A little bit unlucky that Zavaleta could not get that out of the goal mouth, out of the jaws of that goal mouth. So 4:48, and I'm pretty sure that Richard Mille will be happy with their performance here this morning. Ball's back in play.
Out of the bowl in here, a little bit of a standstill. A couple players there fighting for the ball. Coming up with it, though, is going to be Horacio Gerente. He's got players in motion downfield. Drops it back behind here for Zavaleta. Zavaleta now with possession. Unleashes a shot, trying to get the give and go back up here to Gerente. I believe Figueres got a touch on it, but it's going to be coming out of there with it now is Rita Castagnola. Castagnola gets hooked out of that play momentarily. Now Paco De Nova gets spun around, picks up the play once again here for Richard Mille. Paco De Nova. He's got Ganzi in behind. De Nova unleashes a shot downfield. Up here for Rita Castagnola. Castagnola tries to send it out of the air, but it's going to take a hop over the sideboards out of play. So we'll have a possession change here, giving the team in white possession, but the umpires blow their whistle, signaling our last courtesy change of the match. Clock is stopped with 3 minutes and 37 seconds. We'll take advantage of this timeout. Let the players run out and hop on fresh mounts for the final courtesy change of this match. And don't go anywhere, folks. Be sure to tune in at home. In just over 30 minutes, our next game will be starting at scheduled for noon. White Birch against Oria. That should be a fast-paced game. I'm looking forward to that one. I know that much.
Yes, absolutely. Both of those teams, of course, with a win and a loss. So they are both going to be gunning and running to make sure that they get their second win. And that, of course, could still put the spanner in the works here for the outcome of who's going to play on the so far scheduled semi-finals, which, of course, are on Wednesday. Again, as Kel was saying earlier, subject to any weather changes. And make sure you go to gcpolo.com and then go to the schedule button, which will give you permanently updated information as to how and when we'll be playing. As Kel was saying, we were expecting a pretty nasty weather front coming in, which is supposed to be lasting for several days. So that, of course, will have an impact on the quality and the ability to play on the field. So as I say, keep checking up on gcpolo.com for any updates on the schedule.
Umpire calls play. Horacio Gerente here behind the ball. Taps it back in. Taps it. Keeping it to himself. Now unleashes a shot down the field here. Looking for one of his teammates here. Ooh, bad luck there. Paco made sure that no one was able to get on that line. Now it's going to be picked up now by Pablo McDonough. McDonough. His pass intercepted now by Zavaleta. Clemente Zavaleta. Now, Horacio Gerente back in control. Coming up with the ball. That is going to be Paco De Nova to get it out of there. But there was a whistle on that play. I did not hear it, but seeing all the players stop. So clock is stopped now. 3:05 left to play. It is slightly difficult to hear those whistles during today's match. The wind is whipping out there, but we are keeping everything under control. And, of course, our timekeeper, Tracy, always on the ball. Doing a fantastic job all season long. So we have a penalty. Number 2. Going in favor of Santa Rita. Clemente Zavaleta walks up to that one, sends it along the ground, right on in, putting a point on the board here. Now getting his team within 3 with just under 3 minutes remaining in regulation time. We head back to center field for another bowl-in on the officials.
Yeah, nice little goal there converted by Clemente Zavaleta. That's goal number 4 for the 7-goaler. But they are now, of course, not only playing against a very, very strong Richard Mille team, but also playing against the clock, which is running down. We're approaching the 2.5-minute mark, 3 goals in it. There is still enough time for a big upset here. They've won the throw-in.
Coming up with the ball is going to be Pablo McDonough with a little back shot here, setting up Paco De Nova. De Nova now sends it downfield with a perfectly placed pass there for the number 1, Mark Ganzi. The Cobra hits it out of the air. Cobra looking for goal number 3. Oh, bad luck. That one just skirts just wide of that right-hand post. Wide of the goal, giving Santa Rita a knock-in opportunity on the north end.
Very unlucky there by Mark Ganzi. I actually thought that was going to go in, so a little bit robbed, as you would say, but I'm sure he'll be happy with the overall performance of his team. We're down to 1:45.
With possession here, Nacho Figueres working his way down the field. He's got Mark Ganzi on his hip. Figueres sends the ball out in front. No one quite there to receive it. Figueres, though, picks it up himself. What a beautiful shot. Oh, man. Off angle just a bit, but a beautiful shot nonetheless. So, with that missed goal opportunity, Richard Mille now getting a knock-in opportunity. This time on the south end. Just over a minute remaining here in regulation time as they bring this one back into play. Mark Ganzi gets a hold of the ball. Ganzi winds up. Short little pass through the pack of players. Picked off now by Heta Casagnola, but it's going to be Strom now to steal that one back for Santa Rita. Strom trying to keep control, but it's going to be picked off once again here by Castagnola. Castagnola now leaves it behind, and Paco De Nova with possession. And now it's going to be Strom once again on the ball. Robert Strom, can he get another point on the board before the end of the chukker? With the attempt here now, who's going to come out with that ball? There's a 30-second warning horn. 30 seconds left to play out here in regulation time. And it's going to be picked off once again here by Santa Rita. Santa Rita wanting to get one more point on the board just for good measure. But it's going to be Heta Casagnola to steal that one back. Sends it back into the playing field. Under 10 seconds left to play here. That's all she wrote. Shaking hands, showing signs of good sportsmanship. And there's the double horn. That's all she wrote, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in on Chukker TV. We have to get out of here fairly quick. We've got another match and another broadcast starting in 30 minutes. So we will see you guys at the next one. Thank you so much. On behalf of Jan Eric Frank and myself, Cale Newman, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you at the next one.